there, I'm Tammy at All About Living, and today we're going to Mexico. I have a traditional Mexican dish that we absolutely love. Minimal ingredients. It's not expensive to make. Fits all my criteria. So let's get started. Alright, y'all know I love old cookbooks. This one, actually, I have had for years and years and years. But the actual copyright is 1977. And it is from Better Homes and Gardens. And it's a Mexican cookbook. I have made probably just about everything in here because I love Mexican food. It is so affordable. I mean, they really know how to use ingredients that don't cost a lot of money. And this one, I'm gonna let Randy zoom in. I have no idea how to say it. I just know that it is a very, very good dish. But I'm gonna put this up here and let him zoom in. If somebody can phonetically tell me how to say that, it would be great. Okay, but anyway, that's what we're having. Whatever that said, that's what we're having. It is so, so good, y'all. Okay, the ingredients I'm going to use today are not exactly from the recipe because I don't need all of that. It calls for a whole chicken. You can cook a whole chicken for this recipe at a time. Well, it's just Randy and I, so 4 chicken thighs is more than enough. It calls for 3 medium-sized tomatoes that you skin and seed. Well, that's the same as 1 can of diced tomatoes drained, so that's what we're going to use today, and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, the recipe is actually for a whole chicken, but there's just Randy and I, and so 4 thighs is more than enough for us, so that's what we're going to use today. So I have chicken thighs, salt, pepper. I have 1 can of diced tomatoes that I've already drained because the recipe calls for 3 fresh tomatoes, and I'm not paying it, so we're not having that. Some oregano, some ground cloves, some cinnamon, lemon juice, sugar, garlic, onions, and chorizo. That's it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is salt and pepper that chicken. And I'm going to do it pretty liberal. Let's get some pepper on there. We're going to flip them over and do the same thing. Mash that in there pretty good. Clean that chicken off my hands. Some pepper. Okay, and now we're going to come over to the stove and get my pan hot. Okay, and I'm going to look for a medium-high heat. It's probably right about there. And I'm going to slide that pan over, and we're going to let it get hot. Okay, my pan's good and hot now. I'm going to add just under 1/4 cup of lard. Now, I may add a little more as it goes on, but for right now, probably like 1/8 cup. All right, now my grease is hot. I'm going to add my chicken, skin side down. Okay. Just remember, skin side down. Always start frying chicken, skin side down. And we're going to let that fry for about 5-7 minutes. Okay, my 5 minutes are up. My skin is nice and pretty brown. I'm going to flip those over. And now you're going to need 7 minutes on this side, and then we'll be back again. Okay, my 7 minutes is up. I'm going to take my chicken out and set them on a platter. And I'm going to come back to my cutting board and cut my onions and get my garlic. All right, and we're just going to cut this small onion in thin slivers, just straight across. And into the pot it goes. There we go. Now we're going to get that garlic. We're going to give that a stir now. And we just want to cook them a little bit. We don't want them to burn or scorch. That garlic is so fragrant. All right, now we're going to add those tomatoes. And we're going to get through our seasoning. Okay, we're going to need 1 teaspoon of sugar. One teaspoon of oregano. Then we're going to need 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. And 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves, 1/8. Okay, we're going to give that a stir. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. There we go. Okay. We're going to give that a stir, and we're going to let that melt for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we'll add some more ingredients. All right, we're going to open that chorizo now. And I am going to poke it with a fork. Okay, and I want to poke nice holes in that chorizo casing. And you can use fresh chorizo if you have it. But I kind of like this Goya, so that's what I'm using. And you can cut it up if you want, but I'm just going to leave them whole. I am going to cut them apart though. There we go. Okay, and we're just going to drop those chorizo in there, just like that. Right, we're going to add a half a cup of water. We're going to give that a stir. We're going to turn the stove down to low and simmer, and then we're going to add our chicken back. This time, skin side up. Now basically we're just going to let that chorizo soften up and let our chicken finish cooking, and then I'll show you the rest of dinner. Okay, now to go with this meal, since it's all ready now, according to the book, it is served with fried potatoes. And let me tell you, that's the way I've always done it, and it is so, so good. So I've got my lard heating up right here, and it's not quite ready, so we got to give it a few minutes. And I already went ahead and cut up my potatoes, and I just cut them in little rounds, you know, about 1/4 of an inch thick. I don't know if you see that, but that's what I did. And then we're just going to fry them up. I'm going to add some paprika to give them some nice color. And we are ready for dinner. All right, y'all. I am sure if you try this, you will absolutely love it, and you will make it again and again. It is so economical and so flavorful. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye.